Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Healing Channel. My name's Bianca and today I'm going to talk about Karmic Strings Meditation. It's a chord pulling meditation that I did when I first kind of started my channel, or midway through last year. And I think it's probably one of my most watched videos. And it is an extremely powerful technique to do, and I've had a few questions about it. Some people get worried about once they've dissolved or detached from these or pulled these cords, what happens. You know, there's quite a lot of things that can happen because it is so powerful. I know with me, I did one many years ago, probably 8 or 9 years ago, and after I did it with a person, I got a call straight away from that person, and that wasn't a bad thing. Actually, them calling was a good thing. So it can free so many things up when we have these cords. We're energetic beings. I want to explain a little bit about what karmic strings is that we all create karma when we're living in this life. I mean, we're human and we're multifaceted, we're multi-dimensional. We have many layers of emotions and mental beliefs and physical ailments, and also attachments to ancestors and past lives and our heritage, family, you know, our DNA structure, all of those things, and to Mother Earth and to Gaia and to humanity, the animals. I mean, it really is as within, so without, as above, so below, and we're all reflections or holograms of each other. So Karmic Strings is meditation, is a way of bringing awareness to some maybe not so great experiences that you've had in the past with someone, and looking at that and being able to transmute that energy or change your perspective on it in the way that you're able to see your connection or your experience with that person as a gift. And once we're able to see the gift, feel the gift, then we're able to let go of that energy that was binding us together, and allow for new attachments to be made if you want to. So some of the questions that I got around karmic strings was, you know, when you do karmic strings, are you getting rid of like the good connections as well? The answer is no. Look, I don't know everything on this topic. All I know is from my own experience, and I'm sharing that with you. So there's my disclaimer, I guess I'd like to say that. You know, I don't think anybody that claims to know it all is lying, because we don't. We're humans on this journey together, and we're going along and sharing what we know and birthing new things all the time. So I really advise that you use your own discernment. You look within, you know, whatever, any information that you come across, whether it be me or from a master or you know, anyone that you seek information and guidance from, you need to always come back to self, and does that resonate with me? Don't go into situations, don't listen to things without checking in with yourself first and saying, how does that fit in with my life? Does that resonate with me? Because just because somebody is telling you something, it doesn't mean that it's right for you. I would like to give the analogy of perhaps maybe a diet. You know, just because two people are vegan, it doesn't mean that they have the same diet. Yeah, don't put yourself in a box with everybody else. Make sure that you check in with yourself all the time and ask yourself those questions. Does this work for me? Karmic strings as I said, is a very powerful technique. And it basically releases, you're able to release the binds or the cords or the attachments that you have with a place, situation, experience, or person, which you can do it with any of those things. So I've been wanting to do a Karmic Strings is more like cord cutting or cord pulling, and I've been really guided over the last probably about 6 months now to, or maybe a bit less, to do a Karmic Strings dissolving meditation rather than pulling and rather than cutting. I feel like the light that we've been receiving coming down from the stars and the galaxies over the last 6-7 months or 8 months have been so powerful and of different light. I feel like it's been changing our DNA structure, or activating certain DNA within ourselves that haven't been activated before. And with that light, they can really dissolve those kind of heavier, darker cords that we have. Now, when I talk about darker cords or heavier cords, they could be traumatic experiences, they could be just a hurtful experience, or a connection that you had with someone or something. And I don't want you to, what I do want you to do is look at those experiences as an opportunity for you to grow. Yeah, everything that happens within our lives, we invite it into our lives. And I know that sounds harsh for a lot of us that have been through extreme circumstances and extreme situations. I'm getting like palpitations in my throat chakra here. And so I don't know if that's resonating with somebody who's watching. So there's a bit of anxiety when you even think about it. And I know it can sound like that's a harsh thing, but it really is my belief that that is the truth. That, you know, even some of the harsh things that I've been through and the traumatic experiences that I've been through, I have called them towards me for my own learning. And maybe possibly when I wasn't listening to my intuition. So my intuition kept getting louder and louder and louder for me to listen. And that's what our shadow sides, that's what our triggers with other people help us do. They help us see and pay attention. That's why they become so loud. It's so that they can be seen, so that they can be released. Because when they're not released, they're oppressed. And when they're oppressed, they stay within you and you carry them around for a really long time, and it can filter the glasses that you see out of. You know, it filters what you see based on your feelings and what you're carrying with you. So this time in the planet at the moment, in your life, as within so without, it's really a great time to release and clear all of that stuff so that the new can be invited in, so that you can create the new. And with every new moon we can do this. I've been guided to work with the moon lately, so you know, there's always chances and powerful chances where support's on your side and backing you, where the universe is backing you, where you can create new. But with Karmic Strings, it really is about releasing what no longer serves you. And so one of the questions was, you know, am I releasing those good attachments too? No. It's your choice when you go into a Karmic Strings meditation. It's your choice what you want to release. So always with my meditations that I put out there, I always hand it over to the divine, in the sense of I ask for what I want, and I ask for what I want with anybody listening, for you. And then I always say, if it's, should it be in my highest and greatest good, or for that person's highest and greatest good and the greatest good of all. So really handing that over to the universe, to God, to the divine, to Great Spirit, because they see the whole picture. And with the whole picture in mind that can be seen, they will always do what's in the highest good for yourself and for others. So it's about releasing that expectation. But when you're going and journeying through the meditation, if any of you have done it before, you'll notice that you're called to bring up that experience, and you try to feel that experience in its heightened place. And once you're there, then you're asked to have a look at what possibly was the opportunity or the gift that you received from it. From there, you call in the angels and you call in the help to help you dissolve, or to call in the light to help you dissolve those cords, to help you pull those cords out, to help you detach from those cords. Because those heavier cords that are dark, and those darker experience, they do weigh you down, and you don't want them attached to you any longer. Those cords that are full of light and those good experiences, they will always be there if you choose to keep them in your reality. If you keep remembering them, they will always be there. Our memories change all the time. You know, every time we think back about a certain topic, we can relive it, but we can relive it in a different way if we choose. So it really is up to you. The other question I had was, can I do a meditation that attaches cords or karmic strings to people? I personally don't like to do that. It's not, anything that you do does create karma or dharma. And I feel like when you send out love to other people, or when you send energy to other people, you automatically attach strings. So you don't really need a meditation to do that. If you are wanting to connect with somebody, then on a personal level, then you don't really need to meditate on that, if you will, but more so send love to that person. So if you wanted to attach good karmic strings with another, then yeah, sure, do your own meditation where you're sitting with self, and picture that person and send them love. The thing is that with that, then you hand it over to the divine, and you know that if they're able to receive that love, if they're in receiving mode, then they will receive it. If not, they usually don't. So that was another question, and I'm going to have to check what the other question was and get back to you. I think it was pretty much about reattaching cords that you already cut. I don't think you need to regret at all. I don't think anyone needs to regret at all what if they're dissolving, pulling or cutting any cords with another or with an experience. If you're feeling like you hastily did it because for whatever reason, karmic strings, when you learn the lesson and the gift, and you hand things over to the divine, there's no need to reattach any cord. Any cords that you attach with that same person, for example, I don't know the situation, but let's just say I had somebody that I had a falling out with who I love dearly, and I wanted to get rid of the negative cords that attached us. Why would I want to reattach a low vibration cord? Perhaps because I haven't learnt the lesson, maybe that's why. But by bringing awareness to that cord in the first place, you're already becoming aware of perhaps a lesson that was there, or an opportunity to grow and learn for yourself. Now, I personally, if it was a low vibrational cord, you wouldn't want to reattach that. So the answer would be no to that as well, from my perspective. You might find some other practitioner who does cord cutting or cord pulling that might tell you something else, but in my personal opinion, I would never want to reattach a dissolved cord or a pulled cord that was of a low vibration. I do know that when you, what can happen, because it's such a powerful technique, because we're energetic beings, what can happen is you may feel very different afterwards. And perhaps, for example, if there's somebody that keeps calling you all the time and bothering you and is in your life all the time, and then you do karmic strings or you do cord pulling, cord cutting, cord dissolving with this person, then they just all of a sudden stop calling you. It can feel quite foreign, and the body is waiting for that call and it doesn't come. So the mind can actually start to play tricks with you then and say, oh, something's wrong because they've stopped calling you. It's just that the cord that was sucking energy, or the energetic cord that was of a lower vibration, has been dissolved. So they will only contact you when you guys are both at a similar vibration. If you've raised your vibration, or if you're in a time of healing, then you might be at a different energetic vibration to that person, and therefore won't hear from them. Does it mean that you'll never hear from them again? If you don't want that, no, you will hear from them again. You have that power within you to get in touch with that person. But the relationship will be different, because that cord that was binding you together, that was not of a high frequency, has been dissolved, has gone. An important thing to remember, once you do a karmic strings meditation, or cord pulling, cord cutting, cord dissolving, is that it can leave an open space. So nature absorbs a vacuum. So when there is space, when you clean out your wardrobe and get rid of the old stuff, the saying, out with the old, in with the new, that is the case also with cord pulling. So when you create space where these cords used to be, and some of them can be thick and heavy and dark, especially if they've had a long history together, and there's been lots of episodes or lots of stories in that pipeline, it can create a really big void within the body of where that cord was attached. I know I did one with an ex-partner, and the cord, I could feel it in my sacral chakra, and when I had finally let go and really just cut that cord, and that was a cord that I did cut and didn't choose to pull because it was so thick and big, and I really asked for Archangel Michael to come and help me with his sword cut that space. As soon as it cut, it left a massive, I could feel this big hole, a big void, big space in my sacral chakra, and I gave myself 1 week or so to really heal that and put in things that I wanted to have in the sacral chakra, rather than this big energetic cord that was sucking my energy. I put in things of love and of good relationships and balanced emotions and all the things that the sacral chakra embodies, like honoring others, honoring self, and having those respectful relationships and honoring relationships, as opposed to what was there before. But it did feel energetically, it did feel like a big void, which the body wasn't used to. So I can understand how people get a little bit confused as after they've done one of these meditations. So in saying that, I hope that answers a few things. I would like to make this video with a cord dissolving meditation, and it's about bringing in the light from Father Sky into Mother Earth, back up from Mother Earth's crystal core, and into your center. And as you invite the light from Father Sky, from the galaxies, from the great central sun, down into your crown chakra and through your body, you're asking the light to not only dissolve the cords that are heavy, that no longer serve you, to circumstance, to situations, to old beliefs, to places, to relationships and people. It's not only dissolving those old ones, but it then fills those gaps and those spaces that you've created with brand new light, full of love and wisdom and oneness and wholeness. So I invite you now to close your eyes, find a comfortable position, and if you can't do that right now, then I suggest you save the video, pause the video, like and subscribe, do whatever you have to do to find the video again, and come back to it when you can. Sit in silence and do this for yourself, or even when you have a situation, maybe you don't have a situation at the moment or someone you want to do it with now, but when you do have that person or thing in mind that you would like to dissolve any attachments that no longer serve you, then you can come back to this video and press play again. So close your eyes, begin to breathe. As you breathe, breathe in through your nose, let your stomach expand out as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, give a sigh. As you breathe out and make that sound, it is the sound of the crown chakra. Take 2 more breaths like that. Just release it all. Keep your eyes closed. And in your next inhale, I invite you to visualize, see and feel a beautiful, divine golden white light coming from Father Sky down into your crown chakra, filtering through your body as it moves intelligently down further and further. It washes away any debris, any blockages, anything that no longer serves you. Allow this light to breathe down like a waterfall, ever so easily. It just flows further and further down your body. You may feel it move to places where it's needed most. That is because it is an intelligent light. It knows exactly where to go. Allow this light to filter through now, ever so easily. Keeping your eyes closed and breathing in, imagining this light flows like a waterfall from above your head into your crown chakra, flowing through your body all the way down to your feet. As it exits your feet, using the power of your imagination and your mind's eye, visualize beautiful tree roots growing from the bottom of your feet down into Mother Earth. These roots grow deeper and deeper and deeper through the bedrock, through the soil, all the way down into Mother Earth's core, her crystalline center. And as it reaches there, you see a beautiful emerald green light. It's a healing light from Archangel Raphael. This emerald green light in your next breath moves gently up your roots, bringing with it all the nutrients and minerals and vitamins that your body needs. As this energy moves up, further up through your legs, up into your body and into your heart space, feeling the divine golden white light and the emerald green light merging as one in the center of your chest. I now invite you to imagine and feel any cords or attachments connected to something or someone that you feel is weighing you down. Any cords that feel heavy, that are dim or dark in color, where you had an experience that you would prefer to leave behind in the past so that you can move forward, birthing newness of light and love into your life. Feeling any cords that are attached to an old circumstance, situation, or person which no longer serves you, no longer serves the greater good. And as you say these words and repeat this statement to yourself, aloud or quietly in your mind, I now choose to release all lower vibrational cords and attachments that no longer serve me or the highest good from my mental body, my emotional body, my physical body, my auric field, my energetic body, and all other bodies where energy is held in my life. Any energies that have been keeping me stuck, I release them now. And as you do this, you surrender with light and love over to the divine. It is the divine that knows exactly what energy, what cords to dissolve for the highest and greatest good of yourself and others. Breathing in a beautiful light, breathing in that divine golden white light from above and up from Mother Earth, the emerald green light, feeling it grow in the center of your chest as it expands out with every breath in and out. It expands out, filling your entire physical body, every cell with its light and love. And as it does so, it just dissolves any lower chords, any lower frequency, just dissolves them and transmutes them into love and light, completely transforming the energy that was once there. And as you breathe out this energy of love and light into all your physical being, it permeates your skin and floods through into your auric and energetic bodies, filling up all that space with love and light, feeling protected by this light and this love as you slowly come back into body and awaken to your five senses once again, feeling grounded, safe, and loved. You may open your eyes or drift off to sleep if you choose. The light I see in you is the light I see in me. We are one. Namaste.